Peace and love. Today is January the 30th, 2021. Um, it is the age of Aquarius, and the sun is currently in the season of Aquarius. The moon she is in Leo, and we have Mercury in retrograde also in Aquarius. So that's what a simple astrology is that wherever the sun goes, um, that's what Mercury eventually follows. So the sun's in Aquarius, Mercury's in Aquarius. And yeah, as Mercury's in retrograde, we just here to revisit, to remember, to rethink, to evaluate, um, re-listen, and just listen again and just take it by the day. That's what it's about with Mercury retrograde. Just take it by the day that things happen, but it happens on its time. Just have to be patient about it. So, information, like always. First, I want to still say thanks, right? Say Ashe to the source. Um, you call it the mother goddess. Um, call it, whatever you want to call it. It's the source. Thank you. Ashe. Ashe to the universe. Ashe to the universe. To the Mother Earth that is having, giving birth, and taking lives every day. And its love is still standing strong. Ashe to the Mother. Ashe to all my ancestors who was living on this planet before me, not live within me. Ashe to the gods known and unknown. Ashe. So I want to give in some information like always. I was just having some thoughts of, I just think about people who drive semi trailers late in the morning, and my mind came to me and asked the question like I see a lot of children missing, and it be black children. You see them all missing. My mind just went to wondering wonder if some of those late night semi trailers have people in it. You see what I'm saying? We don't know sometimes where they'll be going late at night. We don't know what's really happening um, when these truckers are driving late at night. We don't know who they have in them. We don't know. That's what my mom wanted. Sometimes you have to ask questions. Questions. There's no stupid question. Always remember that. There's no stupid question because you're in a system that keep you into what they want you to know, right? That's what it's about. They want you to know only what they taught you in school, and some of you went to college. That's all they want you to focus on and focus on the news. So I noticed that about the news, my own mind went to what the news stands for, as it stands for nothing exciting worth showing, right? And it's nothing exciting worth showing on the news because you're basically watching the news of fear. The news is something that's gonna show you fear first. Always want you to be fearful of this, fearful of that, and then they're gonna tell you that the news are not gonna tell you everything, right? That's why they have you watch the news, every news So they should say the same thing. They are scripted to say the same thing. They are ran by the Jewish system and ran by, and beyond the Jewish, they're run by these group of white men, you know, just a group. It's not many. If you understand, if you waking up and know that this is a game. So that's why I say with this whole pandemic, they got having people going insane about, with the mask. So for me, I don't walk. I don't. I would say this. I walk into stores without one until they tell me or ask me, do I have one? My first thought is not going to walk into a store with a mask. You see what I'm saying? It's a game because I say to myself, like, the only time I wear a mask really is if a doctor, you see a doctor go in there basically doing surgery. And once he's done with the surgery, he comes out and takes off the mask, or the nurse, they take off the mask. They don't keep it on. Or you go to basically to the mountains, or you go across the ocean to the Antarctica. It gets cold. You wear a mask like that, or you have a cold season or something around. You wear a mask, but to run outside in the sun, and while the sun is out, and breathing inside a mask, it's not really helping you. It's just killing you slowly. But that's the plan about it. That's just step one about Agenda 21. Like I said, research Agenda 21. I'm gonna give you information on some things to research about Agenda 21 and a few. But that's what it's about. It's about um, keeping you in a state of mind that they want you to be in until they plan continue to work. It's a plan. Like I said, I don't go into a place um, with a mask until they tell me. Then I'll put it on. But I'm gonna go to that same place like I did the years before and handle my business without a mask. And now just 1 year later you have to wear it. It's like you have to understand the whole thing that you have to change it. We like like the people in your own cells, your own mind have to change it. Like I asked a question like, if you're not gonna get a vaccine, why continue to still wear the mask? Right? Um, you have to ask questions about that. Like, if you're not gonna get it, why continue to wear it? You know, uh, it's a game. But let's grab me some water. So, getting some information, right? Always love to get information to the people. That's what it's about. Everybody awakens on their own time. Everybody awakens on their own. You know. Now I learned this with children. I was listening, and I hear when they're doing my children are doing their work, and their teachers. And then it's like a little competition. I'll be hearing competition, and then you'll see the reaction of a child if they don't win. You see what I'm saying? Or they got to get, because you think about it, there's always going to be if you do a competition, it's going to be a first and a last, right? And doing it with a child, um, they all want to be first, and they don't want to be last. So one of them going to be last. And how can you really say that to a child when you're competing? So it's basically like, for me, I see it every time I see a child. They doing competing, and this child say, "Oh, I'm done. Okay, you got it first." Then another child say, "Oh, I'm done. Okay, you got it first." Why? Because they got it on their own time. That's how it works. You have to see it that way. If a child say they got it done first, just say, "Okay, you got it done first." Then another child say, "I'm done." You got it done first. we both got it done first. You see what I'm saying? In our own way. That's how it works by waking up. You wake up in your own way. Wake up in your own time. Like there's no first, last, middle. It just happens. It just is. Like everything is just is. It just is what it is. Right? So um I learned like in cartoons, right? The Avatar. Go back and watch the Avatar, the Last Airbender with the boy. Then you can watch the girl Cortana. So you watch Aang and Cortana, but watch Aang's first. Um, he was an airbender. It's basically the air element. He started out with air, then he met water. As air moves, water moves, and he met water first, and that's the water element. Then as he went on his journey, he ended up meeting the earth element, and eventually they connected with fire. So he was basically, you know, um, not to get in all into the cartoon because it's a good cartoon series. Now that I really visually and see it, because the reason why I say that because I was with my children and their friend as well, and he was they was playing like Avatar, but they asked me I asked them about the Zodiac. I always ask everybody about Zodiacs because that's what it's about. So I asked a child about Zodiacs, and he said he's a Gemini, and I'm like, okay, my daughter's Gemini, and my son is a Cancer, and so I said they're both air, and he's water. Then he was started to talk about the Airbender. So he's Airbender. Then I went into the Avatar. That's what he went into. He started talking about the Avatar. Then it just went into a whole like scene. It was amazing watching children um, just know already, right? So that's what I'm saying. The Avatar, he started off in the ice, right? That's what he started off. He started off frozen because he was already in the past life, and he ended up being frozen and being into the modern life. So it was then he was trying to. Well, you'll see the show. Everybody just go watch the show. I don't want to get into it, but that's the four elements of this earth: the earth sign, the air sign, water, and the fire. And he became the ultimate avatar by learning, mastering all four elements. And that's what it's about: just learning your elements, learning, mastering your element, and also learning more about the other elements. I mean, that's what it's about. Got tons with the, but that's what it's about. Just learning the other elements of yourself and the earth. It's amazing, right? That's what it's about. So here's the information. What should I see? But here's some information because I've learned that peace and love. I am returning. I had to take a look. But anyway, break. Uh, Back to the information. Like I was saying, information. So here we go. There's six main addictions in this America that we live in, right? There's six main addictions that been America for the Americans. Um, I'm gonna go from six on to number one. Number six is hard drugs. Number five is alcohol. Number four is nicotine. Number three is caffeine. Number two is sex. And number one is gambling. Those are the six main addictions in this country, America. Right. Um, so we know um, caffeine's like a boost. Like It just boosts you until you burn out, just like 5 hour energy. That's what it's about. Um, you put in a lot of acid, sugar, cream all in your body like that early in the morning when your body just needs water. Um, then you have alcohol. People don't use alcohol for uh, to get away from things that happen with themselves. But you really use alcohol. That's why. Okay. These people got the psyche of black people. The neighborhoods of black people are the liquor store. That's what it's called, liquor store. Now you go in a white community, they know what it's about. That's why it's called um, um, liquor, wine, and spirits or something like that. Yeah. And when they have the spirits, they know what it's talking about. So just look at that. That's why they have it separated. They call it the spirits in the white community, liquor, wine, and spirits, and they call it just liquor store in the black neighborhood, and just want people to get drunk and terrorize themselves in their bodies. You see what I'm saying? But you have to know how to use alcohol. It's a spiritual thing. That's why they call it spirits, because you're really calling out the spirits. You're really calling out spirits when you're drinking alcohol, and it just gets to your mind. It really does. So you have to know how to use alcohol. Um, yeah, I know about sex. You know, sex is very sacred. You always got to keep sex sacred. Every time you exchange with somebody, you're exchanging their energy and the energies they had, unless they detox or just go into, a good cleansing of their body. But um, yeah, sex is always going to be an addiction because it's a lower vibration, lower chakra. One of the lower chakras that man is and man and women, you can say, it's some women are stuck. A lot of women and a lot of men are stuck at basically, and it's hard to get out. But you have to understand that you use say sex as sacred. Like as the man, you do not ejaculate. The woman is supposed to ejaculate 3 times before the man ejaculates 1 time. So that's how I use it. And you're supposed to always keep your energy in within you. I learned that you ejaculate once a week. Things of that nature. You always have to learn how to do things of the universe. You know what I'm saying? It's the way how to do it your own body. We know about hard drugs. Uh, Hard drugs like uh, crack, Molly, cocaine, heroin. I have heroin is like there's the drug dot states in hair of heroin. And it's 81% white people that's on heroin overdose. 81% in these states: North Dakota, New Hampshire, Maine, New Mexico, Alabama, Maryland, Massachusetts, West Virginia, Arkansas, Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Indiana, and Illinois. Those are the states that 81% of whites heroin overdose. But you have to do research on that because those ships are um, porting in heroin drugs from other countries into those communities of white people as well. That's why I say they don't care about these group of men. They don't care about you normal white people as well. The white people that you can walk into the store, they buying the same thing you buy and things of that nature. They don't care, but they definitely don't care about us black people. So that's why I'm just for people. You see what I'm saying? But for me, it's like my black people. We just have to know who we are, because we are very powerful. We are here on this planet where there was darkness here. You put darkness. That's why it's wonderful to speak with children. And um, my son was like, "The wind is white," and I said, "How?" And like my daughter, like, "It's invisible, but it's like," she was like, "It's white." And I said, "How we know what? How you know what invisible is? What color invisible?" And he was like, "It was because invisible is white and things like that." I said, "Invisible is black." You see what I'm saying? And there was another child. He was like, "Yeah, because black, and we just stand there, and if it's black out here, you see what I'm saying? You won't see us." So invisible is black. This planet started off blackness. If you have a lot of black people here and everything is dark, you won't see us. That's invisible. But we are light as well, because we were the melanin that we are. It's so much, so much. So let me give you some information on give you some information real quick on the ascensions, of where we at? I said I right. The ascensions of consciousness, right? The ascensions of consciousness. So there's 3D, 4D, and 5D. We're in the basically 3D. This is the lower realm of the earth. This is where you see just physical. This is where once you're born here, you're gonna die here. Everything on this earth is physical. Like I learned there's other like living things on the planet, other planets, but they're not like human beings, like just beings of the earth. So I'm doing more research on that, but that's the amazing part about it. But the ascensions of consciousness, the 3D, you have the ego association, service to self, duality, um, pluralization, labels, separation, control, rules, status, materialism, hard working, linear thinking, fear, lower emotion, fear based programming, cause and effect, victim and mentality, dense, slow, heavy. That is the 3D of consciousness. That's what religion, the system is about. That's why they have that system so you can keep fear within you and not know who you are. So the essential consciousness, the 4D, mixed state gateway, conscious being, expand consciousness, challenging old belief system, comparison duality still, seeking answers, understanding structures, awareness of connection, more compassion, aligning with purpose, remembering, syncrasies, flexible reality, faster manifestation, more connected. That is the 4D of consciousness ascension. It's basically you are starting to question a little like more. You're on the tip of the iceberg. You see what I'm saying? You're starting to ask questions about, okay, I wonder when is. I used to ask the question, okay, if Jesus come back um, from the sky here or Haven, well, my own town, this is my own town or Haven. They come back from the sky, he come here, and how can everybody else see him, right? Man, and I said that question and I can't get no answer from nobody. I'm like, how can people from China or how can somebody flying on a plane? And then I asked a question, and then people who are saved, they start to say, when Jesus come back, everybody who will say is gonna go up and meet him. So the people in the plane. So what if a pilot is saved and he driving, flying the plane is he and he just go and then the people in the plane who ain't saved, but they're gonna crash. What it's about? So you got to think about some. That's the 4D. What you some questions. So we go into the essential of consciousness 5D. Unity consciousness, aligning with the divine, heart centered, service to others, purpose based, connectedness, high frequencies, authenticity, 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 activated senses, flow state, abundance, source information, unconditional sharing, guided support, co creator, effortless light, ease, universal knowledge. That is the 5D ascension of consciousness. So with 5D, we just know that you're beyond the illusion, I can just say. You're very beyond this illusion and you're just giving information as I am. Like just giving information and speaking the truth always. Always the truth. Speak it. Always. So I may give you one more information because I just love to give information out. Um, okay, let's do this one. It's about candle coloring and meaning of burn, right? Um, every candle has a the color of it and the meaning of it, and it has a meaning of it of burning, right? And how long you're supposed to burn the candle. So the red candle is courage, strength, survival, power, lust, intimate action, and you burn it for 1 hour. Pink is love, friendship, open the heart, calm the emotions, and you burn that for 1 hour. Orange is action, attraction, selling, bringing about desired results. You burn that for 2 hours. Yellow is communication, selling oneself, um, pursuing, persuasion, attraction. As you burn that for 3 hours. Green is love, fertility, money, luck, health, personal goals. You burn that for 4 hours. Blue is creativity, tranquility, peace, perseveration, per- perse, perse, perception, persetation, you know. And you burn that for 3 hours. And you have indigo. Indigo is wisdom, self awareness, psychic abilities. You burn that for 2 hours. You have violet, power, ambition, tension, spiritual development. You burn that for 1 hour. Black, protection, return, or release, negative power. You burn that for 1 hour. Brown is stability, grounding, earth, rights, create indecisions. You burn that for 4 hours. White is universal color, can be used for any work, all general candle magic. No set time. And you have gold, prosperity, attraction, wealth, increase. You burn that for 1 hour. Those are the candle color meaning and the burning time that you can burn these candles. So that's amazing. Always give information. Information is knowledge into power. I always want to. I always get information, do my own research, and just give the right information and listen to my own intuition to give to the people. That's what it's about. I'm not giving the whole um, system things and what they're teaching us on this TV and schools and all that, but You have to know yourself. Know thyself, love thyself, and respect thyself. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. You know that you are the gods and goddesses on this planet, and we are all creating and having our own self journeys. That's what it's about. You have to know that you're on a self journey, and things are just continuing to go forward. It's all about going forward. There's no going back to the way it was, even when this whole pandemic about. They know about moving forward. That's what it's about. The universe is above. You have to go about above first before you go below, and go within before you go without. So that's what it's about. Um, but it's always peace and love, and just know that you are the gods and goddesses on this planet, experiencing a self journey, and always enjoy your journeys. Peace and love to you.